Thank you, Madam President, dear colleagues. A new world is being born outside these windows. A world where the biggest gun, the sharpest knife, the fastest warplane, the heaviest bomb, the loudest voice, they win out, and the peaceful lose out. As we sit in this hall of diplomacy, a world of war, force and brute power wages outside, in Ukraine, the Middle East, or in Sudan. Look down at your hands. Do you see fingers made to pull the trigger of a gun, or hands to build a bridge, a school, a hospital? And when you look at your neighbour, do you see an enemy to conquer, or a fellow human being? Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, we are all responsible for what is happening outside those windows, but some clearly more than others. A permanent seat on this Security Council is not a privilege, it is a responsibility, a grave responsibility bestowed on only 5 nations to be the guardians of world peace. Today, some of these members are not living up to their responsibility. Back in 1945, the world wanted peace at all costs, and we accepted your right to veto in exchange for securing global peace. This was the founding pact between the most powerful nations and the rest of the world, underpinned by the UN Charter and the new multilateral institutions. But, ladies and gentlemen, today, this pact is under constant assault. Every bomb that falls in Kyiv, every hospital demolished in Gaza, every village destroyed in Sudan, each of these tragedies is one more attack on our humanity. And when these crimes go unpunished, these crimes become normal. They become the way of the world. They become the law. When crimes go unpunished, the victim loses faith, and we all lose faith. And a new, more brutal world is born. This is not the world I want to hand over to my children, to our children. The Security Council must be reformed to make it more inclusive, more legitimate, and more effective. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, when Russia invades Ukraine to wipe out Ukrainian culture and language, this does not build up Russia. It tears down Russia in the eyes of the world. When Hamas kills and kidnaps Israelis, this does not give Palestinians a state. It provokes unspeakable suffering. When Israel illegally occupies Palestinian soil for decades and kills tens of thousands of innocent women and children, this does not build up Israel's security. It makes Israel less safe. And the latest military escalation in Lebanon is beyond irresponsible. It makes the region and the world less safe. And when 2 warring generals in Sudan take an entire nation hostage, millions go hungry, millions flee their homes, millions lose hope. Ladies and gentlemen, the worth of a nation, the worth of a community is never measured by its capacity for violence, nor by the strength of its armies. The worth of a nation is measured by its willingness to lift others up and to take the next small step to make the world a bit more peaceful. The EU is a power for peace and security, and it will never change. In all the darkness, we must be a spark for more light and more hope in the world. And together, we can make a difference. Together, we can again change the course of history. It will take courage, daring, and leadership. It's time for all the permanent members of this Council to live up to their historic responsibility. Thank you.
I thank His Excellency, Mr. Michel,